we try to do NDC NPP in the Bawku conflict, we will not end today.
God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our heart with true humility and make us cherish fearless honesty. Help us to resist our oppressor's rule with all our will and our might forevermore. These are the words of our national anthem, sung by our forefathers at the victory of our independence. These words have been transferred from one generation to the other just to enforce the spirit of patriotism and togetherness. Globally, Ghana is known to be a peaceful country, so one would expect that Ghana will be free from any form of conflict or violence. But that has not been the case. We've seen pockets of conflict and violence in some parts of the country. The most pressing one is the Bawku conflict, where we've seen the loss of lives and properties. We've seen students dragged out of their dormitories and shot dead in broad daylight. We come down, we've also seen in the just ended Ablekuma North election rerun, leaders and youth go head to head in a fist fight in the quest for power. The question I ask is this: would Ghana be safe? Because these issues threaten our peace and security. My name is Samuel Ofobi Bamfo, and this is the National Agenda, your go-to political show where we discuss pressing national issues from the grassroots level to national policy analysis. Today, we are going to be discussing these two pressing issues, the Bawku conflict and the Akwatia election rerun, stated to happen somewhere in September this year. But before we go into it, I have with me here in the studio to help me discuss these pressing issues Daniel Frimpong, who is the Executive Secretary to the National Treasurer of the NPP. I also have with me in the studio Ishmael J. Anamoh, popularly known by the grassroots as Chife. He is the Gimpa Teen President. Seniors, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Good. So, we had you on the last episode and it was very insightful. Today we want to delve straight into two pressing issues that is leaving Ghanaians worried, because these issues, we believe, set the pace for insecurity to happen in the first place. The Bawku conflict. We've seen in recent times people getting shot and killed. We've seen the youth carry weapons that one will ask where these weapons are coming from. This time around, I'll start from you.
That's fine.
Chife. Let's go straight into it. Maybe a bit of an historical antecedent where this whole thing started from. Then we look at where your party stands in this particular issue, because we know there are issues of chieftaincy, we know there are issues of political interference. We also understand it has to do with the issue of who becomes the overlord of Bawku, unless I'm wrong. So, Chife.
Once again, we are here on National Call.
Yeah.
And we want to thank all viewers of this media. I want to use this opportunity to thank my able regional coordinator, Mr. Abu Mohammed, my regional youth organizer, Amos Abose, for their support and mentorship. Bawku conflict. Anytime I hear Bawku conflict, my heart saddens me. It's always a very sad moment to discuss whatever that is happening in Bawku. Okay. The killings that is ongoing, especially the innocent souls that are being lost every blessed day. Wow. And it's a moment that we all have to take, put politics aside and then take a critical look at what is happening in Bawku. How did this whole thing started? That is something that I think we can't go into the details of how it started, because we are looking for solutions. So if we are going to be looking at how it starts, then meaning we are going to generate a lot of issues that we might not be able to have answers to those issues. But what I always want to say is that I always want to plead with the people of Bawku. And both the Kosasis and then the Mampusis.
Yeah.
You see, this issue didn't start today. This conflict has been there for so many years ago, and there had been solutions to it. And then it will die off, and then it will take over again. And from the way I see things, it looks like there's kind of individuals who are behind trying to gain their own interest. And that is what is causing the whole of this issue. If you remember, in 2003, there was a Supreme Court ruling on this Bawku issue.
Yeah.
And there was settlement to it. And the Supreme Court ruled that the Bawku, the Kosasis chief, who is the paramount chief of the Kosal traditional area, is the custodian of the Bawku land.
Okay.
That is a ruling from the Supreme Court. As we speak right now, it is in the books of the Supreme Court, and he was gazetted by the National House of Chiefs, and he's been recognized as such. And sometimes I find it so worried when we wake up and then there was another installment from the Mampusis, from the Nairi of another paramount chief to the Kosal traditional area. And you see, I've always said that this thing should have been stopped from day one. But the previous government did not take steps to it. They sat aloof and then they look at this whole thing generated into these issues that we are having today. But you see, all that we are asking is that, look, there have been so many chieftaincy disputes across this country, and it has not resulted into how we are having in Bawku. So why is Bawku, situation taking a different angle? And we are sitting down looking at it, making it look as if all that they know is arms and weapons.
Tife, but if I may come in,
yes,
it is happening so because it is believed that political parties have taken sides.
And that's what I'm saying. Why would they ignore the Supreme Court ruling and then take another angle? Why? In this country, we all know that the Supreme Court is the utmost when it comes to decision taking.
Yeah, the highest court.
Yes, when Supreme Court says something and you don't agree with it, you go back and you appeal.
Okay.
But the question is that, did the other side appeal to the Supreme Court against the ruling of the Supreme Court? If it is if the National House of Chiefs has its record as the Bawku, as the Kosasi, as the Bawku and the overlord of the Kosal traditional area, if the Mampusis says that they also own a share in it, is that the way to contend this decision of the Supreme Court? And in any case, my interest here is, what was the compensation to the Mampusis when that issue was taken to court? Because, look, if you are trying to resolve conflict and you don't compensate the other side, definitely there will not be peace.
So you believe that there should have been a compensation for the Mampusis when the court verdict came out?
Of course.
And if you talk about compensation, why should there be that compensation, and what exactly should be given them?
Did we ask ourselves how did the Mampusis find their way in Bawku?
Probably, maybe we can pick it up from you. Yeah.
From the history books and from what we heard from our grandfathers, the Mampusis used to during the days of war and land acquisition, the Mampusis were the tribe that took over the Bawku land.
Okay.
Either they took over or they helped them in fighting their enemies, and for that matter, they became settlers of that land as well as the Kosasis. So it was like the Mampusis were the people ruling the Kosasis. The Kosasis were under them. But we all understand that after independence, all slave and all those manner of issues were resolved.
Okay.
And everybody had to retreat to his original space. And for that matter, the Mamprisis were asked to retrieve to the Nairi, which is their paramount seat.
Okay.
And for that matter, the people of Bawku will be headed by the Kosa traditional ruler. Okay. So if
sorry to cut you, if I understand, what it means is that initially the Mamprisis were accommodated by the Kusasis.
Yes, that is for my understanding. That is how it is. You
Good.
understand?
So where my interest lies in this case is the fact that, see, right after independence, we saw the CPP's Dr. Kwame Nkrumah begin to channel a course of getting the Kusasis to also be of their own and get to overturn some of these issues. We've seen governments come after that of Nkrumah's government. We've seen the PNDC government and under the leadership of the late President J.J. Rawlings.
Yeah.
We've also seen even the NPP making strong affiliations with the Mamprisis. And we've also seen in recent times, before the December elections, we saw the president make a public statement declaring that, you know, the overlord of Bawku is the Kusasi leader.
Yeah.
We know these issues have, you know, escalated the tensions because it was formerly a chieftaincy matter and now it has moved from
chieftaincy to
political lines.
Tribal and political.
Exactly.
You know.
To political lines.
You see, the president was always emphasizing on the Supreme Court ruling. The president wasn't taking sides to either the Mamprisis or the Kusasis. What the president was saying is that per the ruling from Supreme Court, and as it stands now, there's only one overlord, which is the Kusasi.
Okay, so on that note, okay. I'll come back to you.
Yes, just to land. And you see, I was saying something about compensation and all those things. You see, if I take care of you for a period of time, in days of trouble, in days of need, and you no longer want me to take care of you or even be under me, there's always a way to settle issue for you to, break away. And I believe there is a traditional way that should have been done. The question we should be asking ourselves is that, was those process taken? Was the Mamprisi people, were they adequately compensated for the care and the protection that they gave to the Kusasis when they needed it? You see, so if they are not adequately compensated, definitely this is the situation that we'll be facing. Until we solve that issue, I think there will still not be peace in Bawku. And the people, the security agents, the intelligence agents, they know these things. And they should be bringing these facts to the president. They should be bringing these facts to the president.
That is fine. We'll come back to those issues. Danny, you'll come back again. Let me just delve straight into some issues we want to clear. We know that, the NDC's historical ties with the Kusasi cannot be overlooked. And given that, we would want to find out your party's stance on these chieftaincy disputes, because they also believe that you have some strong ties with the Mamprisis. We know on record that your flag bearer, the then flag bearer in the just ended election, is a Mamprisi.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Ofobi. I'll first of all extend my greetings to my boss, Dr. Charles Dramina, the National Treasurer of the NPP. And I'll thank him for his mentorship, which has brought me this far. Bawku conflict is one thing that whenever I'm talking about it, you have to be measured and think about it twice before you make any comments, because whatever you say in a public space can also generate another issue, because we've seen that it has even transcended to even Kumasi and other parts of the country, people being killed. So it is a very sensitive issue when it comes to discussing matters of this Bawku conflict. But one thing that I know the country has failed so much is politicizing this conflict.
But if you are talking about politicizing, you have been part.
So when I
as a party, you have been part.
When I talk about politicizing it, you know, I remember when we came to government 2016, there was another conflict at this place, the one that Otunfo solved.
Doma, yes.
No, I think
Dagbon.
Dagbon conflict.
Okay.
You know, that conflict
don't
was
be mentioning conflicts that your party generated.
You see. So, this is what has brought us this far. We always use politics to solve any issue.
I just don't want you to drive. No, I just don't want you to drive into that situation.
No,
trying to make it look as if those conflicts started from.
So he should have
who generated those conflicts.
He should have even let me landed before he should have.
You have the floor.
If I had landed, he would have understand where I was going to.
That's fine. So
you see, so I was saying that conflict. You and I know that even. We all know politics was being part of that conflict, but at the end of the day, it took Otunfo, who was a chief of Ashanti, who resolved that conflict. So when matters of chieftaincy issues come, I think politicians should stay away and leave it to the technocrat, those that can solve this issue.
Are you saying that the government does not have the ability to resolve conflicts on its own land?
If the government has the ability to resolve conflicts without bringing the chiefs and those who goes in to mediate some of these things, then the government should have done it. They shouldn't go to Otunfo and other chiefs to do it. Otunfo is now the one that we all know who is the mediator of this.
But Otunfo was sanctioned by the government to carry out that project. So it's simply the government
knows that Otunfo can help solve that conflict. That is why he relied on him, because he has done it before. That is why I was using the other conflict as an example.
Okay.
So when we are politicians, as you said, definitely Bawumia is coming from the Mampurisi side. So definitely, since he has been the former vice president of NPP, people will read meanings to it. We were all in this country when people were even accusing him that he is part and he is supplying his people with all those allegations. We were in this country when Mahama made a public statement that everyone knows that it is the Kusasis who are the original custodians of the land. These things will not help. It will not help when we do these things. We are still playing the politics with it.
The statement wasn't coming from Mama. Mama was only repeating what the Supreme Court ruled.
No, but even if
that is on record.
Even if that,
Danny, that is on record.
Yes, Mahama should not stand on a public platform to say that.
Why? I mean, the truth is true.
No, you have sanctioned Otunfo that Nana, I want you to help us go into this issue and solve it. So even if you have evidence and all these things that you were talking about, at least talk to Nana in private.
No, but
let Nana know that. No,
but the president has been speaking with Otunfo in private.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
Do you think that the conflict, both Mamprusi and Kusasi, they don't know the outcome of the Supreme Court judgment and they are still fighting? They know.
So could there be other factors? Because if they know the ruling of the Supreme Court and they are still fighting, what are the other factors that is causing these things?
That is causing this fight and this conflict up till now is the political interference and politicization of the conflict. Because both parties always take stance when it comes to discussing the Bawku conflict. My brother is here, and now even he being a panelist, and instead of him to talk state issues as it is, let it be in a decorum manner that it will not generate, it will not influence the fight. He is also taking sides, and that is what I don't want.
What is it that I have said?
Gentlemen, hold on.
What I am saying is that
Danny, let's put it on record. Yes. I think that his submissions were geared towards making the clear stand. I mean, from the history he's given and everything.
That is it. But Mr. Ofobi,
that does not.
I am
does
saying
not
that
incite anybody.
No, I'm not saying you are inciting anybody.
No, but that's what you are trying to say. And I want you to be on record that I never incite anybody.
That is appreciated. That is appreciated. Gentlemen,
there's no way out. You've not incited anybody. But I'm saying that some of our comments, if let's say you are saying that it is the Kusasis who are the custodians of that land, and a Mampusi person is also sitting there, the person will also feel that. So my point is that we should leave these things.
We should leave the history and all those things
to the chief,
and look at the way forward.
Otunfo, as you are here stating it, Otunfo is very much aware of whatever you are saying here.
That's fine.
Then that is why we have relied on them.
If we are to go,
if
we are to go by what he's saying, then there's no need for us sitting here and even discussing.
No. In discussing it, you don't have to take sides. That is what I am saying.
I don't think he has taken sides.
You can never resolve a situation when you don't state the facts on the table.
And the facts, you state the facts.
And in my speech, I referenced the Supreme Court. It's not something. It's not an opinion that I'm saying that. In my opinion, I think that Abuzazogo, the second is the paramount chief of Kosao. I didn't say in my opinion.
That is clear.
I said by the Supreme Court ruling. And we are saying that there should have been a better way in handling that issue.
Okay.
Look, as I was saying, in Accra, as we are now, we all know that Gamenche is the paramount chief.
Okay.
But every tribe has their sub-chief. Okay? How I handle my tribal issues with my chief is only to me and my chief.
Okay.
Gamenche only comes in when I'm trying to cross boundary, trying to own a land or a piece of land that has not been given to me by the Gan paramount chief. Or by the Ghana Traditional Council, like we heard a few days ago from the Nigerians, trying to create a kingdom.
Yeah.
If we had sat down and look at that issue go through, would have had an issue like the Bawku issue that we are having now. So what we are saying is that look, the man was in Skane in 1984, gazetted in 1986, all the way to 2000.
Okay.
We want to install another paramount chief. What happened? Has he been distilled? If the man has not been distilled, and if the Supreme Court has not declared, or the National House of Chiefs has not declared him as unconstitutional paramount chief, why are we installing a new chief?
Okay.
What I was thinking is that, yes, the chief Naidu was installing was the chief for the Kosasi tribes in Bawku. That will see to the day-to-day affairs of the Kosasis in Bawku. But when it comes to the paramountcy, since the Supreme Court says that Naba Zoku II is the paramount chief, they should have remained that way until there are further appeal to the Supreme Court to reverse the situation. We shouldn't have had this issue. But we had a government that sat down and look at things went to that went to that angle. Even to the extent when the court issued that the said chief should not go to Bawku, there was government escort that was given to him to go to Bawku, and the whole issue escalated.
Okay, that's where.
So let's not bring politics into this matter.
We put that.
We all know where everybody stands. All we are thinking is that look, our brothers and sisters are in Bawku, and we want a peaceful solution.
That is fine. That's fine. We want a peaceful solution.
You see what my brother was saying. So you should know that he has had a time, and I did not interject him or say anything.
So you have the time now.
And I watched him say whatever he wants to say. You see what the comment he just made. I am saying that the politics we are playing with this conflict, we are not going to get the end of this conflict if we don't stop politicizing what is happening in Bawku. If you say a government sits aloof, I have said time without numbers that such conflicts demand that people who are abreast with the history of the land, people who we know can mediate and make sure there is peace, we should leave it to them. We have technocrats. That is why even as a minister, when you are appointed a minister, when you go to your ministry, we have technocrats who work there. So there are certain things they have to take you through. There are certain issues you have to leave it to the technocrats to do it. And this is what we are not doing as politicians. If as a president, you know that per the constitution,
the constitution has granted someone the power as the overlord of that land. It's fair enough. Everyone is aware of this ruling. So as a president, when you have the platform, you shouldn't mention those things there. Definitely, the other side will not be happy with whatever. You see,
I get you. Hold on. I want to make some clarification
and NPP, they are behaving like the elder in the house who is eating. There's a child who's eating and there's a child crying.
This is
and then you use the oil to wipe the child's mouth and hit the child. When people come and say, "I've given him, he's satisfied," but he's still crying for more. That is why the NPP and the government.
Hold on, let's get this point clear.
When two people are fighting, when I come to this your house and I see two people fighting over this house, that the house is for me and the house is for me. Even if I know that the house is for this person, in the heat of the fight, I don't have to come and support one. I have to make sure that I pass through the rightful channel to solve the issue, and that is what I am saying.
Good. So that point well made. Let me quickly go into the next question I have for you.
But I've not landed. I have not been speaking up to 2 minutes. He had the time.
You still have the floor. Then you still have the floor.
No, but when you do that, you are not giving me the fair platform.
You have got an issue. No, we are trying to solve the issue.
No, you are not giving me the fair platform.
Chief, that's fine. I get you. I get you
about
clearly.
whatever I want to say.
I get you clearly.
Because what I am saying is that this is an issue of national interest. And when we politicians, we have the opportunity on any platform, we shouldn't be making such comments. Okay. It shouldn't come from the president.
Okay.
At that time,
what wrong has the president
wrong? I want to.
What the president said
hasn't said anything wrong.
What the president said.
Let him have a stand, and after.
Whenever the NPP is in government, you see Bawku fight inflated.
The president didn't say that.
I can put a video to you on this platform. I said I can put a video. It is on record. If you like, we can.
That is not true.
Mr. Ofobi, you are the host. I can give you the opportunity right now.
That is not true.
Take your phone and go to the internet and type Muhammad's comment on Bawku Conflict.
That is not
true.
He
made it on record on a video that whenever the NPP is in government, you will see the Bawku Conflict.
Let's allow him
against the president.
Let me put it on record.
You can please come here and allow him to be peddling.
No, it's fine.
I said we can on this show.
I get you. I get you.
Make it a point.
Gentlemen, please calm down. Calm down. Good.
That is not true.
I said we can.
Danny, hold on.
Bring it out.
Hold on, gentlemen, hold on.
Yes, I can check it here.
Let me set the record straight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, any time the peace of Ghana will be disturbed, it is the NPP government that is in power. NDC is coming. When we come, we will make sure there's peace in Bawku and surrounding areas. Anytime NDC is in government, Bawku is at peace. Unfortunately, as soon as NDC leaves government, the Bawku crisis flares up again. And let nobody say it's a fight between ethnic groups. There is politics behind it. And there are people who deliberately fund that crisis. Everybody, the majority of people in Bawku, Kusasis, Mamprusis, Bimubas, Busangas, everybody wants peace. Because everybody wants peace to do his business. I mean, the current curfew in which we are, nobody likes it. Our chiefs are being told they can't wear smocks and go into town. So what is a chief supposed to wear? A shirt like me? How would they know he's a chief? And yet, it's because of the violence and the crisis. And they were forced to do it because people hide weapons in their smocks and go and shoot at people. But I can assure you that peace is our priority. When NDC comes, and I didn't say if, I said when NDC comes, we're going to prioritize Bawku's peace so that peace will return to Bawku. And people can go about their business.
We shouldn't politicize it. We shouldn't politicize this.
That the president as the commander-in-chief.
They have been doing.
Let's get it clear that let's get it clear that the president as the commander-in-chief
should not be doing this.
Has the power.
And even his reps,
if he's taking the stand, has the power.
Look at what
they are doing. Look at
what they are doing. His reps on the show. Look at what they are doing. of a government who wants to solve an issue. If you want to solve the issue, we have the technocrats who are solving it. They should allow them to do it. They should allow to solve this issue.
So
and they should stay away.
On that same tangent, Danny, what would your party do different?
This is not about party issues.
They have something
What
to do
I want us to do is that this issue, we should leave politics out of it. I have said the time without numbers that if we try to do NDC NPP in the Bawku conflict, we will not end today.
That is
because if we try to say that NPP did not do anything, NDC did not do anything, the conflict will still go on because the Bawku people who are fighting, they don't have the money to buy the guns and whatever ammunition they are using. It is the same politician, the NPP NDC, who is following the fight. So they should stay out of it and let the technocrat, the king of Ashanti, solve this issue once and for all. And they should stop politicizing it.
That is
Whenever
fine.
they get the opportunity,
I want
on
to
the
ask,
live radio, they keep on
doing this.
This is wrong.
Relax.
Can I answer the same question you asked him?
This is wrong.
I'll come to that. So your point has been made very clear. In an attempt to answer the same question, I would want to put this question across so that right after answering the question, you take that up for me.
Okay.
I would want to also find out from you. Now the government has moved from peacekeeping to peace enforcement. Yes. Right after attempting this question, you quickly go into letting us know what that means since you are in power as an incumbent.
You see, let's get it clear that the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is not taking sides in anything.
Okay.
His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama is the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. And he is the Chief Executive of the country. If today, as we sit here, if the President says that you are a threat to security, and for that matter, I don't want you in Accra, I'm moving you to Bono Ahafo or any other region, no one can question that decision.
President cannot do that.
And
let him finish.
No president can do
that's
that.
Fine.
If I am a threat to national security in Accra, when I go to Bawku, can't I be a threat there?
Danny, your
point is clear. Let it be on record. He should know.
Relax.
When he saying
Danny,
this, he should know.
Can you calm down for me? Allow me sail the boat.
When it's my time, when I'm speaking, you say I should allow you.
Relax.
Whenever I'm talking, he interjects.
Relax.
Danny, let's understand. We're not here to make noise. We're here to make intellectual arguments.
It's not about making noise. The thing is that we all have our time. If it is 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Whenever he's talking, you see I don't talk. I will sit down, keep quiet, and watch him. But whenever I'm making my point, he interjects and you, the host, you don't say anything. When this thing happens, we need to continue. Because
I appreciate your concern. I appreciate your concern. But let's go back to the question at hand.
Okay, what I'm saying is that, you see, the president being the commander-in-chief and the commander of the national security apparatus, if the president says that, have reports on his table that you're a threat to the people of Accra, and the best place that can diffuse your threat is in Upper East, he will take you there.
Okay.
You understand? Because there are reports to show that, with what the kind of threat that you are imposing to the Accra people, you can't impose the same threat to Upper East region. Okay. And for that matter, that is the place that can continue. He will do that.
But that would have to be done beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
In accordance with the law.
That's what I'm saying.
That is even if the law permits that he does it.
Yes, of course.
So that's fine. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
So carry on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, why wouldn't the law permit? Why wouldn't the law permit it? Why would the law permit it?
I think that he's attempting to answer a concern we have raised. So let's allow him to finish. And after we come back to you.
You understand?
So Chief, you still have the floor.
So what I'm saying is that on that note, let's all understand that the president is not taking any sides, and if the president wants to take any sides, he knows how to do it, and he will do it.
So I get you very well. Sorry, I had to come in on the peacekeeping issue.
Coming to the enforcement of
peace
in Bawku, that is the way to go. Because if you have people fighting and you talk to them, that stop, and they don't stop. Sometimes, in our local way, sometimes the best way to separate two strong people from fighting is to use the same force on them. Yes, use a
but
rod on them.
Others believe
and
this is not the way out.
I'm saying that enforcing peace is not new to us. In other jurisdictions where there's tribal conflict and all those things, it is done there. It is done there. And you agree with me that ever since within these 2 days that the president issued that command, there has been relative peace in Bawku.
You see, even though there is some so-called relative peace,
yes,
what we are also seeing is that people's rights and privileges have been curtailed upon.
Definitely, Ofobi, definitely. You see, in order to get certain things right, you definitely need to get some few things wrong. People must sacrifice for something. The freedom we are enjoying today.
Some of
the freedom we are enjoying today. Mm-hmm. Didn't people die for us to enjoy this freedom that we are enjoying today?
Exactly.
So, definitely, you will get some people that, will definitely suffer for the consequences that they were not, deserving. Okay. But, that is peace for you.
It is worrying.
It's an expensive package.
It is worrying that as far as we've come as a country, see, these senior high school students are about to sit an international exams, because WASI is an international exam.
Yes.
And here they are in their homes, can't even step out. Some have even been evacuated out of the town. And this raises a lot of eyebrows.
Yes, I sympathize with the students. But government has provided adequate security for those students and have made provision. GS have made provisions for those students to be able to take their exams in a very comfortable manner. One other thing I know is on discussion is that GS is in discussion with the stakeholders, and some of the proposal that some of us have put forward is that they should be able to allow the students who have duly registered, having index numbers, to be able to take the exams in various regions. You understand? If you're able to prove that, yes, I duly registered in Bawku Senior High School or any of the secondary schools in that community, in that region, you should be able to prove beyond doubt, and you should be allowed to take your exams in any of the region, because it's the same paper that every student is writing across the country. And these are some of the proposals that the Minister of Education has put on the table. And I'm hoping that, the board will approve of it, and then that it will be the best way forward. For the students, it's, they will be well taken care of. But for the peace enforcement, I can assure you that is the best way to go. And that is the only way, because in this country, the stubborn people only fear when you come to them forcefully.
Well, that is
and
understood.
The security.
I may have to interject.
Yeah, just one thing. And the security, we are pleading with the security the intelligence agencies to fish out those weapon dealers that are supplying weapons to these people to be misbehaving, because these are individuals who are just doing this for their selfish interests.
Okay,
and we'll feed those people out.
That's fine. Danny, quick one. We have realized that there are other factors, other socioeconomic factors, i.e., if you go to the northeastern part, the upper east part of the country, there seems to be a mass, unemployment situation over there, high unemployment rate. So we happen to see the youth, engage in these, conflicting and violence activities. Others also believe that there is so much lawlessness at that particular region of the country. What would you recommend that political parties, civil societies, and all the stakeholders involved do to resolve this issue?
So, thank you for the question. I think this whole conflict in Bawku, the developmental and social amenities of everything that you are talking about, it's happening because of the conflict. Because if you are fighting, now I've even heard that even in the public hospitals, the nurses and all those people are running for their life. At the end of the day, they have to run for my life. If I stay in a place and I don't have the peace of mind to even work, what will happen? And when all these things happens, it affects the indigents, those who stays there. When you are sick right now and go to hospital, who is going to take care of you?
That's true.
So my point has always been that when it comes to conflict, we shouldn't joke with it like making politics out of it.
That fact has been made clearly.
I've always said this. When you look at what is happening in Bawku right now, it seems
the two political parties, whenever we get the opportunity to speak to some of these issues, we always try to score political points out of it. I have said that, as you said, we have CSOs, we have the National Peace Council, we have the king of the Ashanti region, Otumfuo, all these people who have come on board to make sure they help solve this issue. I think what the political parties should do is that they should give these institutions the maximum support, come together and support them to make sure that this conflict has come to an end. At the end of the day, what benefit will the country get from Bawku conflict? We are not going to get anything out of it, and it is depriving them of their development. At the end of the day, you see, when the IGP went there, he made a statement that you should put your weapons down. At least now I can tell you, if you are from Bawku and you buy any of the security agencies' forms, once you are filling it and you indicate Bawku, they will not pick you, but you don't know. So it deprived them of their development and everything. So what the politicians we should do is that we should come together and support this institution that we have established to help solve this conflict. When they went to Kumasi Manshia Palace, if you recall and you are abreast with the fact, the lawyers to the Mampusi came out and said that when the Kusasis first went there, they made some demand from them. And when they met the Otumfuo, he also made them aware of the demands. I think the Mampusis made those demands. And when they met Otumfuo, he also made them aware of the demands they've made. They said, oh, that's no problem. If these are the demands, we will also talk to our people and get back. At least we are getting a headway. So I am pleading that we should allow these institutions that we have entrusted that they can help us solve this conflict work. And we should stay off this conflict as politicians. Because I am telling you that, Mr. Ofobi, it is these same politicians who are supplying these people with the ammunition.
The weapons. Do you have any evidence to this fact you are making?
So the evidence that you and I are talking about here, if we go on that angle, you and I sitting here, we know that a farmer in Bawku cannot purchase a gun of that amount that we sell.
We also know that there are local. Chife, hold on for me. We also know that there are local blacksmiths who can.
That's
even
not what they are using. We have seen on cameras when they have been retaliating against the police. When the IGP went there, they shot into his car. Do you think
those are not locally made
the police evidence and the bullet they were using, is it locally made guns? No. We should when we are speaking to this issue, we should be blunt and let them know that it is the you and I know it is these same politicians who are behind this fight. Even on this studio, people have started alluding to the fact that a certain government came and they sit aloof and they did not allow the issue to be solved. So I am saying that we are pleading that we should allow the institutions that has been established to solve this conflict to do their work. The politicians should stay out, because once Chief A comes in and try to defend his party, I will also come in and try to defend my party, and it will not solve the issue. I am pleading, this is the way to go. If we don't do it and we try to apportion blames to one political party, NPP, NDC, we are not getting a headway to this conflict. So we should allow the institution, the CSOs, the Chief Council, the Peace Council to solve this issue once and for all, and it will help all of us.
So I will be before that. Just quick one. I think for once I tend to agree with him on the weapons issue. If you recall, when the Minister of Defense took his turn, what did he say about some weapons? If you remember, he said there were some missing weapons.
Missing weapons from the police and the army.
I'm coming. You remember?
Yeah, we remember.
And we all know that at that particular point in time, there were politicians that were in charge of that administration.
That's well understood.
And some of these weapons could be the weapons that have found themselves into the hands of people that he's saying.
Wow.
And I agree, and that's why I'm saying that I kind of agree with him, because they were in power at that time. And I wouldn't want that to go that tangent. During that time. I wouldn't want that to go. So I agree with him. I appreciate your point very well. And we would fish out those politicians. In due time, we will fish out those politicians. We have to. Because those weapons belongs to the nation. Belongs to the nation. Hold on. And no politician should let me put it on record. That's fine. Let me put this on record that until we find out that a particular political party and its members are the culprits of this particular. That's why we are saying that we'll do investigation to it. So let's not attribute it to him. I'm just saying that from the angle that he's saying, because for me, I don't know that any politician is giving arms to people in Bawku to fight for me. But if he's saying you agree. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I agree with him on that, because I mean there are some traces of weapons being missing from the National Weapon Gallery. You understand? There are traces of weapons being missing, and we are tracing it. So if somebody is saying that, let's wait till we trace and find out that it's these people, then we can say this is just a clue to the Minister of Defense to also look into that. We are just submitting that this is a clue. They should look into that. It could be possible, you know. That's not saying that, but it could be possible. So yes, just take it up. You see what I was saying? He's even let's not battle this issue. If that's how you want to relax.
You see what he's here alluding to, the fact
what
that
am I alluding to?
We were in government and government military guns. Meanwhile, you don't have any fact to that effect. So
are you saying that what the Minister of Defense said is not true? Hold on, I don't want us to go back and forth on this particular issue. That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't say it's a factual.
Allow him finish. Whatever the Minister of Defense said is an allegation. And if you are law student,
are you saying it's an allegation that he said that there were weapons missing? It's not an allegation.
I'm coming. No.
Danny, let's
whatever the defense minister is saying, it's an allegation that some weapons were missing. Weapons that are missing.
Okay.
Until you have evidence that indeed the weapon is here or here, that is when you can say that indeed what we said, that there are some weapons missing. We found it was through this person they got there.
But if I have this pure water in my fridge,
Chief, allow me finish.
If I need
please allow him finish. Please allow him finish.
If in this your studio, if you say you can't find this microphone,
yes,
until you get the evidence that the microphone
is with
this person, you cannot allude to the fact that it was my government was in power.
What would you say? If you can't find the camera, if you can't find your camera, what
if a civilian broke away into the military and took those ammunition?
Yeah, so it's all missing.
Until you have evidence, you can't allude it to the government.
No, calm down.
Please educate the viewers on that very well.
So one thing,
Danny, trying to play politics with.
It's not.
I appreciate your point.
It's not politics.
I appreciate your point.
You are saying that my government was in power. As a standard, we don't have any evidence to attest to the fact that it was NPP person, Kofi or Ama from NPP.
I don't think.
I didn't say that.
When you alluded to that, when you alluded, it could be.
Please calm down. Danny,
when you took over, how many months?
Let me set the record straight. Hold on.
What if the ammunitions went to?
I want us to get back to the point.
January 8th.
I want us to come.
What if the ammunitions went to Bawku?
Danny, calm down.
On January 8th when they were
opposition for 6 months.
You see what they are doing. That is why I said that. That is why.
Gentlemen, calm down. Let's resolve this.
We are resetting the country for all of us. So calm down.
When these issues comes up,
I say calm down.
We should take our time.
Drink water and calm down. We are resetting the country for all of us.
And look into the issues before we make public. Because what he's saying, they have been in government for 7 months. What if the ammunition got missing at the 2nd month of their administration?
Yes, we don't
have that evidence yet. So you don't have to allude it to a government that we were in government, so we should be blamed for that. When you don't know when it got missing.
Danny, I don't think
you and I don't know when it got missing.
For the purpose of education, I don't think that that is the tangent he's trying to make.
But that is what
however, Danny, I agree with you. I agree with you on the fact that until proven.
That is it. We don't even know when those ammunition got missing.
But do we all agree that there was the Minister of Finance have come out to say that you can't find some weapons?
Do you agree to that? The defense minister has come out to say that there are some weapons at the defense ministry, they can't find it.
Yes.
As to when it got missing, you and I don't know. He didn't mention that. What if it got missing?
And I've also not mentioned any politician name.
No, but you alluded to the fact that you were in power. He said that if I am lying, you said it. No. Hold on. He said it. You can play back the videos and know that he said it. You were in power. You were the government in power then. When you say that, you are wrong. Because we don't know the time of which the ammunition got missing from there. What if at the second month of your administration, the ammunition got missing?
The weapons have gotten missing?
So if the weapons have gotten missing, until we have the evidence that they go missing on the date, this date, you cannot allude it to my government that we were in power, so it got missing at our time. Meanwhile, the defense minister didn't state the time the ammunition got missing. What if at the second month of your administration, it got missing?
That's fine.
So you should
Danny, to the next
let
question.
The evidence come out.
Danny, to the next thing I want us to talk about, on the same tangent of conflict and violence, election reruns. We have seen what happened at Ablekuma.
Yeah.
We saw the youth go head to head. We saw politicians go head to head.
Oh, they beat us. Those beat us. That one, let it be clear. They beat us. I was there. They were beating us.
That's the performance.
They beat us.
Allow me. So, see, we are going to see another election rerun in Akwatia.
By-election.
Yes. Let me put it like that. Yeah. We are going to see a by-election happen in Akwatia after the demise of
Honorable NSC
Kumi.
So
good. We are worried. Are we going to see another face-to-face, head-to-head, banter? Or is this a clean democratic process of electing another leader? And I'm throwing this to all political parties, both of you. On this particular issue, I would want to find out what the NDC is doing, one, to resolve the issue of conflict. And then I would also want to find out from your end, Danny, how your party is taking up, is gearing up, preparing to even regaining that seat, if I should say. So any of you can pick it up first.
For us, the NDC, we are focused in taking that seat to strengthen your
simple majority.
Yes, in Parliament. That is our focus. We take it in a peaceful manner. One thing that we will assure the Ghanaian voter is that we will not have a second Ablekuma in Akwatia.
Okay.
That's one day we are rest assured that we will not have that. You agree with me that whatever that happened in Ablekuma North, even though it's an unfortunate, but I mean, it was a peaceful election. There was no gunshot. There was no gunshot. There was no. I mean, nobody lost his life.
Okay.
In Ablekuma North, and I want us to put it on record that as it stands now, even the party is trying to identify those boys.
Who did that in the name of the party?
Yes.
Or for the party?
Yes. Whether those boys acted in the name of the party and by whose command those boys, were there. We are still trying. Some of us are even suspecting that thing was a stage by Howard Kumsin. Just to make it look as if there was some kind of counter, just to make her get some sympathy in her campaign for the NPP to vote for her as a women's organizer. It was a state thing that Howard Kumsin did. And we know all that.
But did you have evidence to confirm that this whole thing was staged? Because we saw people... Do you have evidence to say that those boys were from NDC? Exactly. That's why you're saying you're looking into it. So
yes.
Until
you also find enough evidence. Some of us, I'm talking about me, my perception, that it could be a stage from her. I might be wrong.
You make it very clear now.
Yes, I might be wrong. But some of us, that is our perception that it was a stage thing by Howard. Because, you can't even see any of our leaders. Even when it happened, you saw Adam Mustafa Bandi. You saw Mustafa Bandi there. When he rushed to the scene to try to identify who were the boys that did that, but everybody fled. You understand? He was even the one who assisted Howard Kumsin to the hospital. You understand? But in the case of Ablekuma, in the case of Ayawasu West Wagon, We saw them. They were in national security gear. We saw them with weapons. We saw them slapping, a sitting MP. You understand? So we can't compare that, what happened in
we are not making that comparison. Yes. Let's move all the way straight to Akwatia. To Akwatia.
What we are saying is that there's going to be peace in Akwatia. We are going to take the seat in a peaceful manner. Despite all those comments that is coming from the other political party that, they have seen an example there. Because, you see, somebody was telling me something, and I'm beginning to believe that person, that this was a stage by the NPP so that they will have their way to bring the Delta Force to Akwatia.
There is a Delta Force.
You don't know Delta Force in Kumasi, those people who chased the judge out of his seat when he was about delivering judgment. Those boys who threw the national security, the regional Kumasi regional national security regional coordinator. Who beat him and then nothing happened. Those boys are still there. And you remember Kennedy Japan said that it is time for them to, regroup those boys again. But we are sending a very strong warning to them. Look, and I'm sending this warning to the NPP hooligans. We are sending a very strong warning to them that they shouldn't even dare the NDC. The NDC has its history. From that, we have people who can misbehave more than them.
No, I don't think we want to promote violence.
I'm not promoting violence. Yes. I'm just trying to send a signal to anybody that wants to misbehave.
Okay.
That we will not take any nonsense from anybody.
That's fine.
The president has made it clear. And the defense minister, the interior minister have made it clear that they would make sure that not even a single ant is hurt there. And we'll make sure that happens.
That happens.
Whoever that believes that he's going to come there with any hooligans would have himself to be blamed.
That's fine. Well said. I appreciate your point on that. Danny, the floor is yours now.
Mr. Ofobi, let it be on record.
Sure.
I sat down and listened to him
fine.
throughout. I didn't make any comment.
No,
when you give, I will know. No. So you should let him know. You should let him know. That is why I am stating this before I will even start talking.
That is fine. He
whatever he said, whether it is provoking or anything, I controlled myself. I sat here quiet.
Good. Go straight to your point, Danny. Go straight to your point.
Okay, so I think going into the Akwatia and what happened at the Ablekuma North, yesterday the Peace Council met with our national leadership.
Okay.
And my boss was part of the meeting. See, the NPP leadership has made it clear to the Peace Council that going into the Akwatia by-election and looking at what happened at Ablekuma North, they should make sure they have a stakeholder engagement between the NPP, the NDC, the police service, the Electoral Commission, and make sure that whatever happened at Ablekuma North has been resolved before we go into the Akwatia. Because going into Akwatia and what happened at Ablekuma North, the NPP is going to go into Akwatia prepared.
What do you mean if you say they are going to go prepared?
I say we are.
Are you alluding to the fact that yes, indeed, there's a Delta Force that will be introduced to them?
I am not alluding to any facts because when we go to Akwatia and I am standing there and you try to come and harm me, I will defend myself.
That's fine. Well
understood. That is it. So we will also prepare ourselves going into Akwatia. And no one is a man than anybody in this country. And this is how conflict and other things start. If these things continue to happen, and as a politician, when we sit on national television, instead of condemning it and making sure that there is peace in the country, you allude to the fact that we stage it.
Well, I think he made it clear on the second statement that he believes that it was staged.
So he's fully responsibility to that comment that he believed it was staged.
He believes it was staged.
He believed it was staged. When we go to Akwatia and anyone who will try to stage that thing again will retaliate.
That's
and
fine.
That is how everything will start. So we are also sending a signal to them that we cannot be a fool twice. As it happened at Ablekuma North, we are going to Akwatia prepared. And we will meet them there. When they come with peace, we will also meet them with peace. Because we know the Akwatia seat is for us. We are not going to fight over the Akwatia seat with them because it is already for us. But when they come with the intention that they are coming to fight,
what do you mean by the election?
Hold on for me.
Can you relax?
resoundingly on December, Akwatia people entrusted the Akwatia seat to the NPP.
I just hope that you still have the same voice to speak after Akwatia election.
We'll definitely come back and discuss matters arising on that election. But
so the Akwatia people, the good people of Akwatia, entrusted the seat of Akwatia to the NPP because of the belief they had in us.
Okay.
And I know they are going to give that seat to us again.
That's fine.
And it is our seat.
No, but you
so
know
the elections
the elections remember that there was an issue with even the seat that election even before the member of parliament died. If you remember, if you remember what happened,
it was already in court.
Our late member of parliament was
for us. We thought that you guys didn't even win the seat legitimately. The NPP did not win the seat.
Can we allow Danny to finish? Can we allow Danny to finish?
This is what he has been doing.
Danny, go ahead.
You see?
Go ahead.
So going into the Akwatia election, the NPP will not make the mistake of Ablekumanov again. Because Ablekumanov, we thought that it was a real run and it was a peaceful election. We all went. But we saw how they beat Howard Kunsin and Chris, our deputy national organizer. You saw how they dealt with them there. What did they do? What was their offense? They didn't do anything because they were on their target list. But we are also letting them know that they are not men more than us. When it comes to that, we can face them equally. But it's good that we all enjoy the peace and harmony that we are enjoying in this country. You see, the country is moving forward. We should try as politicians that when we get any opportunity, we preach peace. Even when your people do the wrong thing, when you sit on national television, at least let them know that this is not the way to go. We should grow. But if you make it seem like you support whatever happened and equalize it with Ayawaso West Wogon, you see, we are not promoting the peace. Right now, there's conflict at Bawku. So what we are doing can even generate, can even transcend the conflict from Bawku to even Akwatia.
Yeah, I understand.
You understand?
Not under the eye of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
You see what they are doing? When you say not under the eye of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
That's fine. Let's allow you to wrap up.
So it is under the eye of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that people of the NPP were beating at Ablekumanov. So do you think the NPP had prepared to go to Ablekumanov like what they did? Wouldn't it has caused chaos in this country? It would have caused chaos. Okay, so no, he shouldn't sit here and say that not under the watch of His Excellency the President, because it is under the watch of the same President, Ablekumanov, they beat Howard Kunsin and Chris. So if we had prepared to go into that election with them, what they did, what would have happened?
Exactly.
It is chaos. So if they had the intention of coming to Akwatia and to also have the same intention that, these people, they will come there unprepared. We are ready for them. They should know. We are ready for them. So if they want us to go on a peace tangent, we've already made it clear to the Peace Council.
If it is peace,
the NPP is in for peace. Because fine. We know Ghana is developing. We shouldn't go back to this back and forth election conflict and violence. We shouldn't be doing that. The country has developed to a point that we shouldn't be doing that. But if they don't want that and they want to tell us that they are in government so they can use their power to do whatever they want, even the national anthem you sang from the beginning of this interview said we should resist oppressors rule. And the NPP is going to resist oppressors rule to the latter. So we are also letting them know that we will meet them at Akwatia. If they come with peace, we will meet them with peace. If they come with chaos, we will also meet them.
That's
the same
fine.
angle.
Well understood. Wrap up for me,
you see, you know why I said that I personally feel that it was a stage issue.
Okay.
You as a journalist, have you ever witnessed youth rout before?
Yes.
Have you ever witnessed something like that? Okay, for the benefit of viewers, I just want to refer you to Tichima. During the 2000 election. Yeah. You saw what happened there. When they say youth are coming on you, that is how it means. You witnessed Ayawaso West Wagon. What happened?
This is why we are not growing as the host. This is why we are not growing as a country. If we try to equalize some of this,
I can do worse than what is doing.
Instead of getting the solution to what is happening, you and I, we are well-educated people that when we have this opportunity, we should try to reach peace. But if you are equalizing it to Ayawa, so West Wogon, and that of Techiman, that is not the only conflict that has started.
I get your point.
So if he has the opportunity and he is trying trying to allude to the
but
fact that
dictate to me
some
how
has happened somewhere.
I
Okay,
get
it has
you.
happened
I
there.
get you.
You
I
don't
get
dictate to
you.
me.
Okay,
Gentlemen,
so they are in power. So we will also match them. We let them know that we are not afraid of them.
That's fine.
Okay.
You took your turn.
You don't
Okay,
dictate to me.
your point has been made
Okay.
very
You
clear,
don't dictate to me how I
emphatically clear.
Exactly. So let me make my
Okay,
point.
so if they
What
come
I'm
with
saying
chaos,
is
we will
that-
meet them with chaos. That one there, they should know. They should know we are ready for them. Yeah, we will meet them squarely.
Yes, we are gentlemen. We are running out of time, so
we
let's
also
allow
meet
him
them.
finish.
What I'm trying to explain is that when the youth are prepared to come on you, that is how the end results would be. And a third example is when Howard Kumsin was prepared to go on NDC people. We saw that a life was lost there in his constituency. I don't know whether you remember. That is when they say somebody is prepared on you. And that is why I feel that, look, if it were party boys who were prepared to attack her, by now the woman would have still been in hospital trying to maybe treat a wound or something.
That's well
but
understood.
Whatever happened, the way I see the whole scene, that's why I'm saying that it was a stage thing. Okay, that's why I say it was a stage thing. And I'm saying that not under the watch of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that a life will be lost in any election.
That's fine.
And Ablekumanov is an example that nobody lost his life.
But people were beaten.
Nobody got injured.
People were beaten.
Nobody.
Who told you people? Nobody got injured. Who told you? Chris, as it stands now, Chris is holding crutches. I can show you holding crutches, and you are telling me, you see what he's doing.
Gentlemen, we are out of time.
And this thing he's doing.
I wanted you to wrap up.
I don't think Chief A came here this afternoon to preach peace.
That's fine.
Even speaking on Bawku issue.
It's fine.
How he's speaking, it means he's not here for peace.
It's fine.
Chief J is not here for peace.
He's not here for peace. What I want to tell the people of Akwatia is that, I mean, they should open their eyes very well and see the development that is going on with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama across the country. See how the economy is picking. We didn't assign to the tone of Apiki, but indeed the Apiki tone has actually adopted us, and it is descending everywhere.
Okay.
They shouldn't be left out. They should give us a representative that can go before His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and tell him that, Your Excellency, my people of Akwatia need this, they need this, and the president will do for him. Not an MP who cannot go before the president and seek for development. So all I am asking the people of Akwatia is that they should think very well when they get to the post that day. And that we don't want any routes, we don't want any violence in Akwatia. We want peace. And I leave them with peace. Thank you.
On that peaceful note, Yanara Yan Assassini, so man no obey Ofi Yanara. I want to make this clarion call. Fellow Ghanaians, let's be citizens and not spectators. This has been the national agenda, and we came to you live from the studios of Core Media and was powered by NK Salem Creative Hub. My name still remains Samuel Ofobi Bamfo. Subscribe and comment. Let me hear what you think about all the issues we have discussed so far. We'll come back to you next time with another episode.